The table has some kind of coating on it that none of the stuff I was using stripped it. So when we attempted to put a layer of stain, it bubbled up, and today it's tacky. Right? So it's tacky. So what I got to do is use a palm sander with 220 grit, because all I want to do is remove whatever it's on this so that I can put a coat of the special walnut to match the other table. Right, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to save that mark where there's some incense burner, but I'll try. This is a palm sander. They're called hook and loop. Let me show you. Okay. So it says right here, hook and loop. Okay. So they got these little holes lined up on it. Then I've already taken one out of the package, and you just line up the hose with the hose. Oops, hose with the hose. Okay. All right. Kind of pat it down, and she's ready to go. Alright, so I don't know if you noticed, I did not have the palm sander plugged in until after I put the sandpaper on it, which is 220. Alright, I just want a light sanding. Alright, so here we go. Alright, when you stop one of these, do not stop it while it's engaged. Lift it up and then release. This is a palm sander because it activates when I push on the palm. See? Alright, now I have moved to an 80 grit. Alright, that's a little more abrasive, but I still can feel a lot of slickness on this, which tells me that it's not going to absorb the stain yet. So this is 80 grit. I'm going to have to be real light with it. Right? I was able to hang on to this little mark where the incense was. I feel a lot better. A lot better. The edges I'm actually going to have to use 220 by hand, because the palm sander will not fit on these edges because it's got this router with a very decorative mold. So anyway, so I'm going to have to do this all the way around by hand, trying to get that stuff off. Okay, I continue to do the edges by hand since my palm sander will not reach in. So what I've done is I've taken a rag and lightly dampened it. And now I'm going around and taking off whatever it was that's coated on to prevent the stain from actually soaking into the wood. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. I've sanded and sanded and sanded by hand, sanded with the machine, and so now it's time to try to stain it. So the next scene is starting to stain. Okay, big moment of truth. I'm actually going to be using a rag. Of course, I got my gloves on. I've already stirred up the semi-transparent special walnut, as it's called. Right, let's see. I'm going to start on the edge. See what I get. Alright, so I'm just going to use a rag instead of a brush. So far, it looks a whole lot better. It's not bubbling up. It's absorbing it. Oh, looking better, better, better. Alright, now for the top. Again, I'm using a rag for the top. Remember, before it just kind of bubbled up, but the material, the pine board, was not sucking in the stain. Alright, so now here we go. By the way, if you can hear any of the music, ignore it, please. And by the way, I was able to save where the incense stick burnt the hole in the table. So I was able to save that. Alright, so what we're going to do different this time is I'm actually going to do some wax, the stain, okay, and then I'm going to wipe it off, and then I'm going to put another layer of stain. Alright, just one small layer at a time. Be one giant leap for Van. Looking a lot better. Whee! Alright, now I'm going to turn around, use another rag, clean rag. By the way, these used to be my long pajamas for the winter time. But anyway, I'm going to take this off, okay? Alright. I'm going to let this sit now for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'm going to, by hand again, with a rag, I'm going to put on another coat of the stain. Alright? So what it's looking like so far. Ooh, so much better. So much better. It's getting there. Getting there. Hey, Suey has come and joined me. This is Suey. Suey, come here. See, this is Suey right here. This is Suey. She's about 10, 11 years old. Right? She's a good dog. Yes, she is. She's a good dog. Alright, so what I'm doing a little different is this time, to remove the second layer of stain, I'm using steel wool. This is 4/0 steel wool. Alright, so I'm going with the grain. Okay? And if you do happen to hear any music, ignore it in the background. Alright, so I'm just taking this 4/0 fine steel wool. Now, because the steel wool will leave a little stale, I have to now wipe it down. Again with a clean rag. And I know I'm the headless man, but more emphasis on the table, okay? Now, I'm going to put another layer, and then that's it for today. And then I'll come back tomorrow and add another light sanding between layers of stain. A sad note, the tables are ready to go home. They're all waxed up, buffed up, and ready to go to their home. They look really good. You got two different woods. You got a hardtop on the right and a pine on the left, but they came out looking gorgeous. Hey, later.